Good morning, children. This is Seema Prabhakaran. We'll continue with our civics lesson, Functioning of State Government. Today we'll begin with legislation. The main function of state legislature is legislation. Making and passing laws is called legislation. The state legislature makes and enacts laws on subjects of state level. To make a law, the first step is to place a bill before the legislature. Bills are of two types, money bill and ordinary bill. Money bill, which deals with the financial matters, bills contain the text of the law. The Vidhan Sabha considers the bill. All the MLAs from both ruling party and opposition discuss the bill. There is a debate on the bill and then it is put to vote. Next, it is sent to the Vidhan Parishad. Amendments or changes are made if required during discussions in both the houses. Once the bill is passed by both the houses, it is sent to the governor for approval. The governor can pass the bill or send it back for reconsideration. Once the governor passes the bill, it becomes an act and the law is made. Next heading is State Executive. The state executive consists of governor, chief minister and the council of ministers. So let's talk about the governor. Governor of a state is not elected but appointed by the president for a term of 5 years. What are the powers of the governor? Governor enjoys executive, legislative and discretionary powers, but his powers are limited. First is executive powers. The governor appoints the chief minister, who is the leader of the majority party. He also appoints the council of ministers, the members of State Public Service Commission and the attorney general. The president consults the governor for the appointment of judges of High Court and the governor appoints the judges of the district court. Legislative powers. Governor summons both the houses of the state legislature or dissolves the Vidhan Sabha if required. He does this according to the advice of Council of Ministers headed by Chief Minister. A bill that the state legislature has passed can become law only after the governor's assent. Discretionary powers. The governor uses this power only if required. If no political party wins the election, the governor asks the leader of the single party or the chosen leader of the two or more parties to form the government in coalition. Next is eligibility. To be eligible for the post of governor, one should be citizen of India, should be at least 35 years of age, should not have been convicted in the court of law, should not hold any office in the government and should be of sound mind. Next is the chief minister. Chief minister is the leader of the party that has won the majority of seats in state elections or is the chosen leader of the group of parties that have formed a coalition. He or she is the elected head of the government of the state. The real power rests with the chief minister of the state. Governor appoints him as the chief minister and the swearing is done before the governor. Chief minister functions as the link between the governor and council of ministers. He communicates the decisions of the council of ministers to the governor. The other ministers are appointed by the governor on the advice of chief minister. A chief minister's qualifications. He or she must be a citizen of India, should be a member of state legislature and be over 25 years of age. If the chief minister resigns, the entire ministry has to resign. Next comes Council of Ministers. The Council of Ministers has the responsibility of running various government departments called ministries. An MLA can also be a minister and hence hold two offices. After a government session, the chief minister calls the media and newspaper reporters to explain the steps being taken by the government to resolve a problem, that is, to solve a problem. And such a meeting is known as press conference. That's all for today's class. Thank you and have a nice day.